again to today's session of Life Matters with your host Langwan Leslie on Bayana Community Channel. If this is your first time for stopping by, hello, thank you so much. Thank you to our old viewers. So guys, a shout out to Desiree who reached out to us a few weeks ago and requested for a video on stress. So I'm sorry Desiree, I missed out on this and I just saw it a few days ago, and I told myself, you know what, if you have been a fervent follower, we can't afford to leave out your topic for discussion. And we all know, guys, that stress is something that affects everybody at one point in their life or another. So if you're out there going through stress, or you have just come out from stress, share with us what you did to come out from your stress. And if you are still going through it and you are finding it difficult to come out from it, make sure to watch this video to the end, and we are going to share with you guys some really cool practical ways to handle stress. These points are coming from my own experience. Like I always say, I have my own past, I have my own baggage, I have everyday's life to face and family to face, and sometimes it can be so stressful. Sometimes even what you watch on the TV or whatever can bring stress. So you know, stress is just something we really need to talk about. Not to take much of your time, let's dive straight to focus on the main point on practical ways to handle stress. The first point I'm going to be deliberating about is the fact that to handle stress, you have to first of all determine that you are going through a stressful situation. Guys, people go through stress in different ways and they feel it in different ways. So the first thing you have to do is to determine whether what you are experiencing is a stressful situation. Sometimes you confuse stress for malaria, you can confuse it for any other sickness, you can confuse it for mental situation, you can confuse it for any other thing, but you have to be able to determine that yes, this is a stressful situation I'm handling, which will give you the way forward on how to handle it. Because if you don't know what you're sick of, if you go to the hospital and they are not able to determine what you are sick of, how do they get to handle it? How do they get to treat you? Which leads me to the second point that I'm going to be talking about today as a practical way of handling stress, which is when you discover that you are going through a stressful situation, the next point I feel you should do is for you to determine where the stress is coming from, guys. Is it an external force that is contributing to you going through stress, or it is an internal thing within that is causing you to go through stress? For example, is it a family member? Is it a friend? Is it a quarrel you had with somebody? Is it something you watched on the TV? Is it something that you've listened to? Is it something that is happening in the world that is making you to stress? Then that is an external thing. And sometimes it's difficult for us to be able to really do as much to resolve the issues that come externally. Then on the other hand, if you are going through a stressful situation that is internal, for example, maybe you wrote an exam and you failed the exam, you are not happy about it, you are stressed about it, you are stressed about your future, you are stressed in a relationship, or you are about to write an exam and you are going through this fear and all of that. In that situation, practical ways to handle is this: determining that, okay, this is more, I have just a few percentage as to how I can handle external stress is already a way towards healing, because you tell yourself, okay, then I don't have control over this external thing that is causing me stress, and that makes you to really calm down to an extent and try to put in other efforts to console yourself. So guys, if this is an internal stress and the example I used is your case, if you are still preparing to write an exam and you are going through stress, the practical way for you to do is to do as much reading as you can. Put in as much effort as you can to make sure that you succeed in that exam. And at the end of the day, even if you do not succeed, you tell yourself, okay, I didn't succeed, but at least I put in as much effort, but it was above me. And then if you are going to go through that same situation, or you already failed the exam and you see that you didn't put in effort, or you put in effort and you didn't succeed, then that determines how much effort you need to put in for the next session of the exam that you are going to carry out. So those are just like practical ways for you to really be able to be proactive in resolving stressful situation in your life. Right, guys, the third point I want us to talk about is the fact that after determining whether it is internal or external stress, another practical way of resolving stress or healing from stress is by being able to determine how the stress is affecting different areas of your life. Is it affecting your psychology? Is it affecting your sleep? Is it affecting your production ability at work? Is it affecting your time with loved ones and all of that? The more part of your life that is affected by the stress, the more things you need to do, practical things you need to do to come out of it. So guys, the fourth point I want us to talk about is the fact that if you're going through a stressful situation, one of the things you can do, depending on how you got to that stress, for example, if you were watching something from the news and you are stressed, there are some times that you can take away from the TV, take away from news, take away from certain things that will provoke you to go through that stress until you're completely healed, you know. So avoid the thing that is causing you stress. The next point I want us to talk about, I think that should be the fifth point, is that one of the ways you can also handle a stressful situation, when you handle it, or you can also resolve stress, is by being able to doing exercise is going to help you with stress. If the stress is not affecting your sleep and you're able to get some sleep, sleeping enough sleep also can be able to help you out with the stress. Sometimes just distracting yourself, maybe if you love watching movies, if you love like swimming, if you love doing certain things that will interest you, that will pull you away or take your attention out of the stress, are ways that you can be able to also come out of, practically come out of stressful situation. The last thing I want us to talk about is that when you're going through a stressful situation, one of the practical ways you can be able to come out of that stressful situation is talk to a counselor. You know, if this is something that is really severe and you feel like it has occurred so many times and it keeps occurring and you are unable to handle it, then reach out to somebody, reach out to a specialist, reach out to somebody that you feel that is more experienced, reach out to somebody that you can trust and share with them. Sometimes sharing and just expressing yourself helps you to be able to analyze something better, and maybe sometimes you see that it is not even as bad as you have always thought. I have gotten through situations where I'm like, oh, this is just bad, this is really bad and all of that, and I'm so stressed. And finally, when I talk to somebody, the way they analyze it, it's so different from how I reasoned or saw it, and then at the end of the day, I feel better. And if you've already practiced all these points that I've raised and you feel that this is not helping you guys, please, there are medications. Some people go on medications from stress. I don't advise, from my own personal point of view, I don't feel like getting medications for stress is the best thing to do. Immediately you start stressing out. But if you've gotten to a place where it is causing you a lot of damage, or making you go through more dangerous situation, or leading you to another sickness, please guys, visit the hospital, tell your doctor what you are going through, and if they decide to put you on medication, make sure to follow your medication until they actually tell you to stop taking it. Because sometimes if you follow it up and you don't complete your dose, you keep going back through that. So I hope this has helped somebody. I hope it has helped you, Desiree. If you have other points to share, please make sure to do it. We love you guys so much. I always say I don't know it all, and I look up to you to also raise your own points. I look up to you to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that we can do Life Matters together. Bye for now. Hi viewers, welcome to today's episode of Life Matters with your host Langwan Leslie. So guys, if this is your first time for stopping by, you are highly welcome, and thank you so much to our old viewers and subscribers. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you. So guys, I decided to do another video, a part B of the previous video we did on the reasons why we created Bayana Community Channel. First, because I'm sorry we omitted the videos and the pictures that we had to upload to the other video about the pre-launch of Bayana Community Channel. And secondly, because the other video was quite long and I felt like there was a particular crucial point that I didn't get to put in the video because I didn't want the video to be too long. So guys, not to waste much time on this, let us dive straight to my focus for today, which is one of the main reasons why I created Bayana Community Channel. And it's a reason that I feel like our viewers can also relate. You know, I thought about it and I'm like, okay, why don't we come around and help out, reach out to people and let them know they are not alone in any circumstance they face. Why is it that we as a community, or why is it that the world likes to take care of orphans, widows, and widowers, and it's hardly any person's concern most times how they became orphans and widows? Do you know that sometimes very little things cause people to die earlier than they should have died, and leave their children as orphans, and leave their husbands and wives as widowers or widows? I felt like we could come around families, we could come around people and help them in one way or another. Beyana is not only about financial, and we all know that people do not only lose their life because of financial reasons. Sometimes people go through mental challenges that leads to their death. Sometimes people go through psychological challenges that motivate or that pushes them to die earlier than anticipated or than normal. And we all know that it is death that causes children to become orphans. It is death that causes people to become widows and widowers. So guys, if we can reach out to people in any way we can, look into our community. I felt like looking into our community, looking into the lives of people, looking into the challenges that even people around us face, and rallying around them and bringing that force that comes with Beyana, and letting them know, you know, maybe if this is something you've ever gone through, you can reach out. For example, myself, if I reach out to somebody and I'm talking to them about divorce, I know how it felt like to be divorced. I know how it felt like when I was going through that period of my life. So if I'm reaching out to somebody and letting them know they are not alone, I have been there, and this is how I did, this is how I was able to traverse that period of my life. That is not financial, but that is some motivation that will help that person to have hope and live a longer life. So that is the point I'm trying to prove here today, that you sitting out there, you our viewers, you who has heard about Beyana, can be able to reach out, you know, on behalf of Beyana. You can be able to reach out in your community, you can be able to reach out in your country. You know, some of us come from countries where there have been war. You know what comes with war? People lost their livelihood, people lost everything they have taken so much time to work on, and that is enough reason to cause people to go through depression, to go through stages of life that they can easily just give up on life. So we know about a lot of people that have gone through suicide or have died through suicide because of what? Because they can't handle the things they are going through. They can't handle the challenges they are going through. But what if you are able to come early enough, or you are able to intervene in that person's life and help them in whatever way you think you can, and come around them and support them and make them come out of, and support them to come out of that challenge? Is that not enough reason for you to hook up to Beyana? Is that not enough reason for us to have created Beyana? Is that not enough motivation for us to keep this fire of Beyana growing and glowing? So guys, I just thought about it. I'm like, yeah, that is a big reason why Beyana was created. Let's rally around people. Let's not just sit and wait for people to die and then we go for their burial, we go to support their families and all of that. The support you give somebody when they lost a loved one can never make up for the loved one, for the replacement of that loved one in that case. But believe me, as somebody whom you reach around or you reach out to and support to live a longer life will never forget about you. There is hope for the living, but the dead are dead and gone and forgotten, and their families will never stop mourning. But if you can reach out to them while they are still alive, while they are still on their sick bed, help them at that point and bring them back to life, or give hope to them, I feel like you will never be forgotten. So guys, I don't know so much, and I don't want this video to be quite long, because actually I said I was going to put up the videos and pictures of the pre-launch of Beyana community channel. Please guys, I don't know it all, leave your comments in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and above all things, like I always say, hit the notification bell so that guys you're alert and not miss out on any of our next videos. If you want us to do more on these reasons for creating Beyana community channel, please leave your comments. And if you know somebody out there who wants to sponsor this dream, who wants to give more ideas, who wants to support financially or any other way, please share this video to them. I believe I left my email on my account. I think you can reach out. If you don't, you can leave a comment and let us know what you want to do for Beyana community channel, and we will be excited to receive any help of any kind. Thank you so much for watching so far. See you in our next video. Bye for now.
God indeed for what He's doing in this family. Surely some of you since this morning have been asking yourself question, why the green t-shirt? And it's only some few people actually that are wearing it. Actually, if you look on the t-shirt, you will see that it is written Bayana. Bayana. Yes, it's the abbreviation of what is be encouraged. You are not alone. Hallelujah. So actually it's a vision. You are just from hearing a testimony concerning her daughter Leslie. For some time back in 2021, we have been doing some work in the background, and one of this day when we were sharing, the Lord pressed it upon our heart. And it was so strong because of the background, as the mother was saying, what her herself from the childhood, what she had been going through. And it was actually related to some of my experience. So we have been praying about it, and it came to pass that around 2022, yes, so we began actually to work upon this vision. And the purpose of this vision is actually, in our society today, and even in churches, we see there are so many kind of people that are in need. But a group of people have been formed to focus much more on the widows or the orphans. So the vision actually is to target people that are really, really in need. There are some people that are not either orphan or widows, but yet they are going through severe problems. And most of the time, until you go around, I used to move around and evangelize. And sometimes you evangelize like this, while going back, you are even questioning yourself why God called you. Because the kind of suffering you are seeing some people in. Sometimes you even carry everything in your heart and give to the person and take back home.
Hi viewers, welcome back again to Life Matters with your host Langwan Leslie on another episode of Life Matters. So guys, today I'm going to be doing a part 3 of support system. If this is your first time visiting us, this is Bayana Community Channel, a place where we share ideas, we share our experience, and we educate on certain crucial issues as far as life matters are. So guys, before we dive to our focus for today, Bayana had its pre-launch this past weekend. It was amazing. I don't want to unveil before the time, so watch out for our next video after this, because on that video we are going to be focusing on the goodies of how that day was and why we even began Bayana in the first place. So guys, today I'm going to be talking about the don'ts, the things you should never do to your support system. I thought it's wise that if we have heard about what the support system is, how to fish out our support system, it's good to know that there are certain things you can do to your support system that you end up losing them, and you will always blame yourself for it because there is no turning back. But the first point I want to talk about today is the fact that you should never lie to your support system. Guys, I don't know how much I can be loud on this point. When it comes to your support system, if you want to sustain that relationship, if you want to make sure you keep benefiting from that relationship, if you want to make sure that you are not treated the same way by another person when you become a support system, please never lie to a support system, because what that does is it severes the relationship and it goes as far as making the people not to trust you anymore. People will not trust you if you lie on one situation. Don't say that this is just a small lie and so on. A lie is always going to be a lie when it comes to your support system. Maybe if you lie to them today, they will they will think that every other thing you had told them before was a lie. So let me give these examples. Please don't get me wrong. If you're watching and you think you've ever supported me, I love you, I appreciate you. But this example that I'm going to give is in relation to these 3 ladies that I met, the ladies that I first met in Canada that have become a support system up to this moment. So guys, when I met them, they had to ask me certain questions about my life. And believe me, there were things about my life that I wasn't so excited about to share with people. There were decisions, not to say I did horrible things, but there were just some decisions that I had taken in my life that were not really good ones. There were choices that I made that were not good ones. But I felt like meeting these ladies and knowing that they're out to support me, they're out to rally around me, I knew from my heart, from the onset, that I had to be so open and plain with them. I had to tell them everything about me, even if they were going to say, but how did you do this? Why did you have to do this? But they knew that that was the truth and they will help me with a sincere heart. The second point I want us to talk about is the fact that you should never exploit your support system. I want to be so specific here, especially when it comes to finance. I know every other aspect. Don't exploit your support system emotionally. Don't exploit them psychologically. Don't exploit them mentally. Don't exploit their time. Don't misuse their time or whatever. But one of the greatest thing is for you not to ever exploit your support system financially. When people come to rally around you, when people decide to support you, it's not like they have money piled in a bank account and that they're just extorting from there and helping you. This is sacrifice, guys. This is something they do, and they have to go out of their way to even forego certain things, pleasures for themselves, to reach out to you. Please, it's not even advisable for you to even go out and ask money from your support system. Sometimes the mental, psychological, and other aspects that they support you with, support systems with, is more than enough to build you up and help you be able to stand on your own and do things by yourself. So guys, never you extort money from your support system, because that is bad before man, that is bad before God, and that is not doing good even to the people that have decided to sacrifice for you. Let's take this example. When I got here, I know there are times my friends watching, they will know. People watching me, they will know. Sometimes they're angry because they feel like I go through difficult times that I don't want to ask for help. But I want to be that person that comes to you for you to teach me how to fish and not only ask for fish. And I feel like when people do something for me, I don't want to take them for granted. There are so many times that my friends have reached out to me and they were like, oh, Leslie, how can I help you in this situation? And the greatest thing I tell them is, please pray for me. And I know when they pray for me and God lays a burden in their heart to support me financially, they have never hesitated. They have never said that, oh, because Leslie didn't ask for finance, we are not going to support her in that manner. I remember when I was going to go to Cameroon to get my daughters. I remember when I had to do my documents here. I remember when I needed a place to live, guys. I lived with these ladies like for more than 2 years. They fed me, they did everything for me. They sponsored my trip to Cameroon to get my children, and all of these things, guys. I didn't come to them and say, can you do this for me? They came up with the ideas. They asked me questions about myself. I told them so plain and clearly, and they decided to help me whichever way they wanted to help me. There are so many things that have supported me with that I'm so grateful. I have a mom, I have a dad in Canada, I have brothers and sisters in Canada, I have people that are willing to support me, and I think the best thing I can ever do to appreciate them is never to exploit them, especially when it comes to finance. So guys, the third point I want us to talk about is the fact that you should never get angry or withdraw from your support system because they fail to support you in a particular instant or during a particular situation. Let me say this, guys. These are people who have their own families. These are people who have careers. These are people who have their own future. You know, they have so many things to do for themselves. And they set out time to help you, to support you. They keep coming to you. This one day, they are not able to come, maybe because they are tied in one thing or another. Or they are tired too. They are exhausted. They are humans. And then you get angry and you forget about them. You get angry and you are like, oh, I don't want to deal with them anymore because they failed to do this for me. You know, that is being ungrateful. That is not a nice thing to do. Yes, guys, we have situations that people really are able to help us and they don't want to help us. That is quite different. I'm not talking about those kind of people. I'm talking about people who have shown you goodwill, who have shown you that they really want to help you and they have been doing it consistently. These are people that have done things that have left you in awe. And then when they are not able to reach out to you, please guys, that is even an opportunity to reach out to them and pray for them. That is a moment where you can reach out to them and help them. It must not be financial, emotionally, it's also a good support and otherwise. So guys, without taking much of your time, I think we should end this video for now so that it doesn't get too long. What are your own thoughts when it comes to support system? What are the things you think you should never do to your support system? Or what are the things you feel like somebody should never do to you if you are a support system to them? Thank you so much. I don't know everything. I'm waiting for your shares. I'm waiting for your likes. I'm waiting for you guys to subscribe so that we can keep on exchanging these ideas and make this knowledge go far abroad. See you in our next video. We love you so much. Bye for now. Welcome back to Life Matters with your host Langwan Leslie on Bayana Community Channel. If this is your first time of stopping by, I'm telling you it's indeed a good day to stop by, because on this day we are going to be revealing why I created Bayana in the first place. If you are an old viewer and subscriber, thank you once again for joining us, for being there as usual. We really appreciate you all. So guys, keep watching. Not to take much of your time, remember the last video I did. If you had watched that video, I promised at the end that I was going to do a video today that focuses on the reasons why I created Bayana Community Channel. As you all know, I am the founder of Bayana, but I do have co-founders. I do have people that have supported me right from the onset of Bayana, and we have worked together, which is why I feel like even you out there watching is a community. Bayana to me is not a small project. Believe me, I don't undermine the days of humble beginning. Right now it feels as if this is so small, but believe me, the zeal and the desire that I want for us to reach out to the world and let people know that they are not alone in any circumstance or situation that they are going through is unbelievable. Yes, it's mighty. Bayana is not a small project, it is a big and worldwide project, believe me. And someday I feel like we are going to reach back to this video and I'll be reminded about what I said. By the grace of God, I want Bayana to be that project where I'm not only the person working in it, I'm not only the founder. I want Bayana to be something that even when we get to that place where we begin to reach out and get sponsors and all of that, we want to also be able to reach out to people and let them know you can get to your community, you can reach out to your community on behalf of Bayana. It must not come, the resources must not all come to us, but the resources can get to you, and you reach out to your country and you be like, oh, I want to reach out to somebody, I want to let somebody know that they can be encouraged, they are not alone in any circumstance they face. Alright guys, so I don't want this video to be so long, because we can go on and on with my reasons for creating Bayana, but I just came up with 4 main reasons why I created Bayana, which is as follows. The first reason why I thought it wise to come up with this project or to begin this project is because I feel like from the ages of 6, 7, I felt like I discovered that I had that zeal, that desire to help people. You know, I remember 2 instances where I met ladies on different situations. One of them was like this grandmother that was so old, but yet she was abandoned by her children. She lived alone, she goes to farm alone, but so I decided every day I leave from school, I just pass through my house, drop my bag, and I'm gone to her farm. I help her, I carry the food stuff home. And it got to a point where I'm like, no, this lady cannot be living alone when we have a whole house. I brought her to the house. I talked with my parents. I brought her to the house, and she was living. At that tender age, I could be able to bring her home and give her that warmth of a family that she really needed. It's rather unfortunate that she died maybe like 4 months after that, but it didn't end there. I still went ahead and saw another lady. She was suffering from elephantitis, like her legs were swollen. She couldn't take care of herself. She couldn't even move. She didn't smell so good because nobody was able to take care of her. And I was so bent on bringing her home. I was so bent on being the person that would go and live with her if there was no way of bringing her home. But at this time, my house was quite full. My parents couldn't do anything at that point, and they went ahead and did some research and discovered that The mother actually had children, and I don't know what happened, but it ended there. I can't remember what really happened that I was able to be convinced not to do it anymore. So added to that, when I was growing up, when it came to choosing a career in college, I always desired to be a guidance counselor. Like that motivation grew in me. I wanted to reach out to people. I always felt like I needed to motivate people. I needed to inspire people. I need to like help people the best way I can. I just wanted to reach out, whether it's with words or with deeds, whatever means I could reach out. I just wanted to reach out. So the second reason why I created Beyana Community was because I felt like I had gone through so much in my life, so many difficulties. Like growing up, I feel like I was going through a lot of hardship. Even financially, I remember there were times when I couldn't even feed. I've been divorced. Like I walked through my life with that pain. I lost everything then. The house I built, everything. I lost everything. I came back to zero. I went to school. I couldn't even be able to like keep a profession. All these things, so many things. I've been betrayed so many times. I've given out to people. I've opened up to people, and I've been abandoned. I've been like, a lot of things have happened to me, guys. Talking about that is going to take us forever. But there is beauty that came out of these arches, and that is the main reason why I wanted to create Beyana Community Channel. Actually, when I talk about be encouraged, you are not alone, I don't want to be a motivational speaker. I'm not a motivational speaker, because whatever I offer is not because I studied how to encourage people, how to speak to people. That is what gladdens my heart. Because I'm here not because I go read something from a book to come and talk to you about. No. I am sitting here as a testimony. I am sitting here as somebody that when I reach out to you and I say, be encouraged in this area, be move like this in this area, I'm saying so based off experience. We always say experience is the best teacher. So experience taught me a lot in my life. But the greatest joy is that I didn't use it to a negative. I've not taken it to a negative because of what? Because God helped me. I asked God, I'm like, God, why did I have to go through all this pain? Why have I gone through all this betrayal? Why have I gone through all the things that I've gone through in my life? And His revelation was so clear to me. I have been encouraged. God has helped me pass through all these situations because He wants me to know how it feels like to be divorced in your early 20s. How it feels like to eat from the garbage, not to have food to eat. How it feels like to be betrayed. How it feels like to not know your left from your right, to be lost in this world, to not know what tomorrow holds, to be confused. God has given me the opportunity to go through whatever pain I've gone through because He wants me to understand people, because He wants me to be able to see with people when they go through the same pain and situations in this life. So my reasons for telling people to be encouraged is not something from study. So the last part of this video is going to be the fact that Beyana also came as a result of me experiencing people in my life that changed my entire view of life. I was in this place where I'm like, I got to a place where it felt like when it's day done, I'm thinking about the next thing that is going to hit, the next try I'm going to have, the next problem I'm going to have. My mentality was already geared towards like nothing good. If something good is even coming, I'll be like, what is coming next, But then I met people in my life, people that were so selfless. I've come across people, in as much as I've come across people who have neglected, abandoned, God has also given me people in my life who have gone beyond and above to make sure that they put a smile on my face. And so I felt like, okay, this is a balance. If God has made me to go through pain and see all these trials and tribulations, and now He's making me also see that there have been people that have come through for me, what is He saying? He's telling me that the same encouragement I've given you through your pain is the same encouragement I want you to reach out to people and give them through their pain. Let's end here for today. I love you guys so much. Be encouraged in any situation you are in. You are not alone. Please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, guys. And if you know somebody that has always had this desire to reach out to people, please reach out to them and let them know there is a project going on. You don't know who might become a sponsor to Bayana. You don't know who might want to share in this vision and join this community and make this community achieve its goal. You don't know who might want to hear this message today and become encouraged and just understand why they are going through pain in their life. Thank you so much for watching this far. See you in our next video. Bye.